Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at Mad World Tarot. And it is a Monday evening. I'm quite late today. I've had some things going on this afternoon, so I might only get around to one reading this evening, but it's a big day in London. It's the first day of Harry's court case, the phone hacking case against the Mirror news group, and the big surprise of the day was that Harry didn't show up. He was a no-show, and this despite very strict directions from the judge that he was to be there in court to make himself available for cross-examination if they got through their opening statements fast enough and could get around to starting with the cross-examinations of the witnesses. Harry, not there. According to his barrister, that's because he has tricky security and travel requirements. Basically, he's special. A lot of people are mocking that and saying, well, he was trying to flag down someone's private jet, or rent a gun for hire kind of a thing. But basically, it did not look good, and it was pretty shocking. The judge expressed his surprise, and I think that is a polite way of saying annoyance at the fact that Harry just ignored that very explicit direction and didn't bother to show up on the very flimsy excuse that he was at Lilibet's second birthday party. We know he had to charge back from the coronation to tuck Archie into bed. The mysteriously invisible Archie, wherever he may be, as King Charles very pointedly said, no one knows. Nobody's seen a sign of life from either of the children for ages. And now the invisible daughter and her mystery birthday party that no one acknowledged, no one commented on, all very odd, but yet he apparently couldn't be bothered to show up in court because he was there carousing with imaginary guests. Oops, lights have gone out. We're into another few hours of load shedding. So it's a bit of a dog ate my homework excuse, and people want to know, are querying whether it's because he's lost his nerve, he's chickening out of this whole thing when he's realized it has real world consequences, or it's strategic to try and cut down the time that he's going to be on the witness stand, a bruising time on the witness stand, according to Black Belt Barrister, who's on YouTube, got a very interesting channel. He's following this pretty closely. Of course, the judge saw through that straight away and has extended the time for cross-examination of Harry. So that little stunt didn't work, if that was the goal. We're going to have a look. Let's show you the cards that we have. We have the Shadowland Tarot. It's one of my favorite tarot decks to read Prince Harry's energy with, and that's what I do here. I read energy. There it is, the Shadowland Tarot. It's a dark tarot deck. It looks at embarrassment, at cringe, at behavior that you project outwards onto others because you haven't owned it yourself. And I'm going to do a Celtic cross and look and see what's going on with Harry. How's he feeling right now? Why he didn't show up? Was it because he's chickening out, or was it strategic? What's going on? How confident was he going into this trial, this court case? And what's it going to be like for him on the witness stand? Is it going to be bruising, as Black Belt Barrister suspects it's going to be, and as some of us might hope it's going to be? And then the outcome of this court case, basically, what is going on. Tarot deck has split apart at the seams, basically. I want to know if he's going to be merching Dior, but we won't ask that question. Not yet. We've got a few days to have some fun with this, I think. And of course, it's just tarot, and it is just for fun and entertainment, or just my opinion, or speculation here at Mad World Tarot. I read energy, I read archetypal energy, because the British royal family is the archetypal family. We can learn from archetypes, as Meghan Markle herself knows only too well. And our cards are hot and jumping. Disclaimer in the box below. Copyright to Mad World Tarot. We got all the business out of the way, the boring stuff. Let's get to it. Let's do a Celtic cross with the Shadowland Tarot and see how Harry is feeling and how the next few days are going to go. The name that's been dragged through the mud, seemingly so far, according to this barrister on YouTube, Black Belt Barrister on YouTube, is poor old Chelsea. And if I've got energy today, I might look at that. Otherwise, I'll look at it tomorrow, barring strange evidence that's given in court, which is always possible. But poor Chelsea's name's been dragged through the mud, seemingly. So there's that as well. And that makes me pretty annoyed on behalf of the poor girl. We got Queen of Wands in reverse as our underlying energy. That's traditionally a Meghan Markle card because it is the fire sign woman who is the source of all the drama, allegedly, in the royal family and in Harry's life. Since he met Meghan, of course, he has taken it upon himself to reform the British press and cure them of their evil ways. He was seemingly quite chilled about them before, but she could be the agent of all of this with that energy, underlying energy there, the Queen of Wands energy in reverse, very much about drama and about staging stuff. When the Queen of Wands is in reverse, she's very theatrical even when she's upright, but in reverse, attention-seeking drama queen. And so this could be a stunt that is to draw attention to himself, and that has been engineered by the wife, by the Queen of Wands in reverse. Dog's got some complaints. I think about the catering, so we'll never mind that. The Queen of Wands in reverse, that's my opinion, of course, that Meghan might be behind some of this. As I say, a mysterious birthday party, to put it mildly. So that seemed a bit lame, that excuse, but it looks like it might be a bit of a stunt. Oh, I know what, you just don't show up, and they'll never mind. You could say you had a miscarriage, or I had a miscarriage, and you won't have to testify. It'll be fine. That's the Queen of Wands in reverse. That's the energy that I am interpreting. Situation Harry finds himself in right now, the heart of the matter. What's going up? Ace of Wands in reverse, a man in flames. Oh, ow. It's hot in there. The heat is on. And you know what they say. Step out of the kitchen. Ace of Wands in reverse. This was such a clever idea originally, wasn't it? As far as he was concerned. What a clever idea. Reform the British press. Make them tell my truth as I see it and as my wife sees it, and not as they see it. But this is not going down well. He was all hot for this a while back, but right now he's getting cold feet. I think the Ace of Wands, you could say, is a cold feet card. That passion has burnt itself out. There's been a lot of mockery. People are scrutinizing the witness statement that he put in. And there's nothing really there about him and his miserable life, except how he was hounding Chelsea and phoning her and pestering her and come back and, I want you, I need you, can't live without you. There it is, cold feet, the flame has gone out, the passion has gone out, doesn't really want to be there. That's interesting. What's crossing him? What's the particular problem for him right now? The Lovers. I would say that is Chelsea. I don't get it as the wife. That is the person that is your true love. The Lovers, if you were doing a romantic tarot reading, you would call it twin flames. That is your one true love. And I wouldn't normally say that in a royals reading here on MadWorldTarot, but that is what the Lovers can be. And that's how I'm reading this card, that the real problem for him right now is realizing that he has basically dragged Chelsea into this mess, and it's really going to expose who he really loves. And you could have a very angry Queen of Wands sitting at home right now, or wherever she is, San Isidro Ranch, possibly, not home, who is smashing the place up, metaphorically, because this Chelsea thing is back in the news. Again, with that Lovers card. So behind the scenes, down in the murky depths of his subconscious, why didn't he show up today? Is it because he's lost his nerve, or because it's a strategy that was advised by lawyers or the wife or something like that, allegedly? What's going on? We got the Two of Pentacles, feeling overwhelmed. Unhinged even. The Two of Pentacles upright is about balance. You can see that person balancing precariously, looking a bit the worse for wear there. When the card is in reverse, things come unstuck. The juggler, it is literally a card of juggling, and we have literally seen Harry juggling his balls. outside the window, that ridiculous 40 by 40 thing with Melissa McCarthy, and there he is dropped to the balls. I think that he's struggling. I want to say witness coaching, and I know it's not supposed to be done, but they can at least prepare him for the line of questioning that might be involved. And I think he can't learn his lines, and he's getting all flustered and overwhelmed and, but I just want to play video games. And Megs, you promised me that I wouldn't have to testify because you didn't. And now here I am. And people are live blogging it. And, I'm getting anxious. The card's making me anxious. Deep breath. What's his focus right now? What's he really concentrating on? What's his big thoughts here? It's the Judgment card. 20, the Judgment card. It says discretion. Discretion is the better part of valor, is it not? Judgment card in reverse. Giggle, giggle. He is worried that this is going to go very badly wrong. Very badly wrong. That he might have made a big error of judgment in bringing this case in the first place. That the court case could go against him. He's worried. He's a worried man here with this card, discretion. As I say, it's normally called judgment. The wise owl with the red shoes. Interesting, the red shoes have shown up. Queen of Wands very often wears those kinds of shoes in these readings. And with this tarot deck. And her wise advice may not have been so wise after all. I'm just speculating, and I'm here to have fun and entertain you and entertain myself with tarot cards, of course. How confident was he in the lead up to this case when, someone said, what a clever idea. There she is, you see, there's the red shoes. There she is, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands has shown up again. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is a feeling that you have the moral high ground. And that's very much what he has spoken about consistently. I'm right, the press is wrong. The press needs to be chastised. It needs to be reformed. I'm the one. This is my God-given mission. This is my purpose in life. I finally found my purpose. She has told me this is my purpose. Bit of snark there in case you haven't noticed. And so I'm going to campaign. I'm going to take that high point, that high ground, and I'm going to defend it. So he was full of himself and full of bravado back in the past. How is it going to go on the witness stand? In the next few days for the has-been. Harold, bruising time. Is it going to be bruising? It is going to be bruising. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is uncomfortable energy. You have to pick your way through a kind of a minefield. We know he has picked his way through an already cleared minefield, mimicking Mummy, who did pick her way through an actual minefield. Well, possibly, maybe. But 6 of Swords is trying to get away from mental difficulty. Something that has caused you trouble, stress, conflict. And off you go. It's a rather rocky boat, that, isn't it? There on the back of the dragon, sailing across the stormy seas. It's not going to go easily for him. He may easily get himself out of a tight spot with the 6 of Swords, because it is going from difficulty towards less difficult times. That's the general direction of the card, the energy. So it could start off pretty rough for him, and then he could have a get out of jail card somehow with that, and survive the experience relatively intact. Dog has come back to complain. But that's not an easy journey that he's on. Not at all. And he might wish he's anywhere else, because the 6 of Swords is one of the travel cards in the tarot. It's overseas travel, and he might wish that he was on his private jet going somewhere else to play polo with Nacho, for instance. So what is his attitude to the judicial system? Because he seemed quite cavalier about the whole thing, not bothering to show up today. Judge had explicitly said, you must. And, oh no, I'm at a birthday party for a 2-year-old who doesn't even know she's 2, or that it's her birthday, or that possibly she even exists. So his attitude to the judicial system, the Magician in reverse, he thinks that it's all smoke and mirrors and that he can game the whole thing, the Magician in reverse. He really does. That's a massive card to come out for a question like that. Magician is about having all the power, all the tricks, all the aces up your sleeves, being able to pull that rabbit out of the hat whenever you need to, and particularly when it's in the reverse. He thinks that he can guide it in. This is my speculation based on the energy of this reading. My idea that he has been told, he has been coached, that this is how you do it, this is how you get out of the mess, this is how I did it, this is how I didn't have to testify, this is how I won without the thing ever going to trial. I got summary judgment. This is what you do. You gain the thing. My opinion. I'm going to say again, my opinion. What pressure is he under in this situation? What pressure is he under? Three of Wands. He's under pressure to get his message out. What, as I say, he thinks is his divine right and his purpose and his quest and his hero's journey that he's on. The Three of Wands is to, you can see it's kind of a lighthouse for the ship, and he really feels this. He really feels that this is some kind of crusade. That he's doing good for the world. A very deluded man, dangerously deluded, not the brightest. And here, a vast level of delusion, I have to say. That's my opinion again. His hopes and fears right now for this case, we can see anxiety there with the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Judgment card in reverse is a lot of anxiety. What are his hopes and fears? He hopes he wins, and he wins big. The World. The World is a successful completion of a task card. It's literally victory. I won this chapter and everybody can see that I won. The news will go out, trumpets will sound, the dead will rise from their graves. Not really, but he hopes he wins, and he wins big. And everybody knows, and everybody is talking about it, and he's proved right, because allegedly he wants to prove William wrong for settling. And we might look at that actually today. So, outcome. How's it going to go for the has-been? Remembering this card, going from tricky times to better times. Death in reverse. It looks like it's not going to be a big win. The Death card is about change and transformation and endings. And when it's in reverse, you don't change, you don't end. You get stuck in a situation. I think that this could be something that goes through appeals and stuff like that. If he wins the first round, I think that there will be good grounds for appeal, and on it will go. This is not going to be a clear-cut victory as he wants here with the World card. Death card in reverse is getting stuck in quicksand, in a quagmire, and not realizing that you have to let something go. He might even persist with this. Somehow if he loses, he might take it on appeal, as he allegedly is going to do with that judicial review application, leave application that he lost. And he's now going to contest the costs, apparently, of that. Hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of costs. The same energy in that Death card in reverse. And it's a bit of a judgy looking figure there in the Shadowland Tarot, interestingly. And not knowing when to give up, not knowing when to fold. What's that Kenny Rogers song, showing my age here? But you know that one about the gambler. Not knowing when to hold them, when to fold them and walk away. Hasn't got a clue about when to give up, and when it's honourable to actually say, okay, this needs to stop. I was wrong and I need to let go of this. It's going to be a very, very interesting journey for those of us on the sidelines who are watching this and learning from it. That is your reading, and thank you very much for watching me here on Mad World Tarot, and I will see you again soon.